Hello, sorry about the delay. I was having some tech issues. Lovely to see you here. So just starting um, Instagram Live. Okay, right. All right, so welcome. So nice to see some familiar faces and some new faces as well. I'm Mei Lai, and sharing these online practices as a way of providing some support during these times of physical distancing and uncertainty, and also to provide a space for some community gathering. So the way that these sessions run over half an hour is starting with about 20 minutes for practice, and then we'll have about 10 minutes for some sharing and connecting at the end. If you want to stick around for that and share, that's mostly if you're on the Zoom call live. And just to let you know as well that this is being live streamed on Facebook. So it's really up to you if you're on the Zoom call, if you'd like to have your cameras on or off, and that you can choose how you'd like to participate. For today, I titled the practice A Sacred Pause. And really this is intended as an opportunity to take a moment maybe to move towards rest and restoration and integration. And in the cycles of life, there are the different phases and the cycles of creativity as well. So there's the emergent or creative phase. There's the phase of activity. There's the phase of slowing down. And then there's the phase of rest. And it's in that rest time where there is the opportunity for restoration and nourishment. And often in our modern lives, this is the phase that we miss. And we get often caught up because we're conditioned to in cycles of productivity and progress. And we miss the active, conscious practice of slowing down and taking rest and giving our systems the opportunity to integrate. One way to think about this is what happens if we eat all day and we're just constantly putting food in without allowing time to digest, or even our cycles of wakefulness and sleep, that we can't actually, most of us anyway, stay awake for 24 hours a day. We need that time of rest and sleep. You know, our brains are really active. That's where we're processing all of the information that we've taken in during the day and sifting and sorting and going into those deep cycles of rest, of nourishing the nervous system and the body again. So this practice is an invitation for that. The term sacred pause comes from Tara Brach. Some of you may know her, mindfulness teacher and a psychologist from the US. And this is really about practices of being rather than doing, and awakening these qualities of being that are wisdom and presence and love. So the possibility of resting into being and maybe having the experience that that is enough. So that's the invitation into the practice for this session. So for this, you're welcome to be in any position with your body that feels restorative or restful. So if you're seated, you're welcome to stay there and to take any props or supports that you might like, or perhaps be lying down. And again, if you've got pillows and you've got things around you that would feel comforting or useful for rest, then you're welcome to take those and have them handy. I'll give you a moment to rearrange yourselves. To find a way of settling in. Sometimes that process of settling in could actually involve a little bit of movement, negotiating where you are in the space, how your body's arranged. And throughout this practice, you're welcome to have your eyes closed or open. If you do have your eyes open, then an invitation might be to soften your gaze a little. And here, if you could maybe be 5 to 10% more comfortable, you're welcome to make any shifts or arrangements that would support that. So it's just a moving towards comfort or towards ease, and you have full permission to do that. And as you maybe settle into more of a sense of stillness, know that you're still welcome to make any shifts or movements in your body at any time throughout this practice if you need to or would like to. So there's no requirement that you be still. And as you've maybe moved towards a place of rest, invitation here to notice the connection of your body to the surface that you're resting on. This is a surface of support. The possibility of allowing your body to be supported by that surface. One way to experience this might be to imagine that the surface you're on is conscious, that it's also a conscious living being. And it's actively offering you support. As you notice that connection of your body, whether that's to the floor or the chair, whatever else you might be resting on, it's lovingly and consciously holding you from beneath and offering you support. And there's the possibility maybe of resting down into that support a little more. And perhaps noticing any small or large shifts in your body as you do that. And the possibility for these moments that you might just be held, and just being here is enough. There's nothing to do. There's no way that you need to be, or anything in particular that you should be experiencing. Welcoming yourself here just as you are. You're welcome to follow along with my voice and my suggestions for the practice. If it feels more supportive for you, you're also welcome just to move into your own sense of rest. That might even be taking a nap. Sometimes the greatest support is not necessarily a practice, but actually the permission to pause, the permission to rest, and to be held in that by another or in community. So if that's enough for you, then know that you're welcome just to be in your own sacred pause and your own rest. If you would like to follow along with a little more guidance, there's the opportunity to explore a little connection to breath, if that's useful for you, and then moving towards connecting to your body and welcoming your body and sensations just as they are in this moment. So that's the direction we'll be heading in the practice. You're welcome to follow along with my voice or dip in and out as much as you like. If it feels useful to connect to your breath, there's the option here to explore a smooth breath in and out. There's no prescription for the length of your breath, but exploring a smoother breath. It might be through your nose or through your mouth. As you are exploring a smoother breath, if you're following along, then there's the option to consciously add a little length to your breath. And just an option. Everything I offer is just a suggestion and a possibility. Maybe adding a little length to your smooth breath if that feels useful. That may be on your inhalation or exhalation or both. If you are working with your breath, now the option to pay a little more attention to the point where the breath turns. That might be at the top of your in-breath, at that moment of pause before your breath turns to flow out. Or it may be at the end of your breath, of your out-breath, that moment of pause before your breath turns to flow back in. You might be noticing one or both of those pauses. This gap or pause in the breath, even this alone we could often call the sacred pause. This pause that opens us to that spacious ground of awareness that each breath emerges out of and flows back into. And even as your breath moves, that spacious ground is always there. We can direct our attention to it a little more consciously by noticing the space between the breaths. If it feels useful, you're welcome to linger there in that pause for a little. Knowing that at any time you're also welcome to pause or stop the practice at any time to shift your attention away from your breath if it no longer feels useful. Possibly continuing for 2 or 3 more cycles of breath. Maybe your smoothest breaths of your day. Then you might let your attention shift away from your breath and towards your body, your physical body. And here we'll do a practice of moving attention around your body, bringing awareness, presence, and welcoming sensation in each part of your body. And knowing that as you do move awareness around your body, welcoming sensation or presence, there may be areas where you feel a lot, and there may be areas where you feel little, or maybe nothing at all. And it's really just an invitation and the possibility to connect and bring presence. So if you're following along with my voice, bringing your awareness down towards your feet, in whatever position they're in. Bringing awareness to your feet. Maybe noticing and welcoming sensation in your feet. Without judgment or preference, but knowing that it's your body and your choice. And if you did feel to move or shift your body at any time, you're welcome to do that. Now moving attention to your ankles and lower legs. Knees, upper legs. Aware of both legs at the same time. Maybe welcoming sensation in both legs. Now your hips and lower body. Your lower back, mid back, upper back. Welcoming awareness and sensation in the whole back of your body. Now your lower abdomen, mid-abdomen, and chest. Welcoming awareness and sensation in the whole front of your body. Your shoulders and upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. The backs of your hands, and palms, and your fingers. Maybe welcoming awareness and sensation through both hands and arms at the same time. Allowing your attention to wander up to your neck, the back of your head, the top and sides of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, and eyes. So maybe allowing your eyes to soften and rest into your eye sockets. Both ears, cheeks, nose, upper lip, lower lip, and chin. Maybe welcoming sensation through your entire face and head at the same time. allowing any tension or holding or doing to melt away. Widening your awareness to your whole body, aware of your whole body, perhaps noticing sensation and welcoming sensation in your whole body as a radiant field of awareness. And the opportunity to rest here in your own sacred pause for about 1 minute. So this is 1 minute for you, however you are, whatever is most supportive for you. And the next time you hear my voice will be at the end of that minute to bring the practice towards a close. Now, I just had Zoom crash. If you can hear me, could you give a little wave? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we'll bring the practice to a close for there. If you are live on Zoom, then there's the invitation if you would like to share at all. And if you would like to share, you're welcome to unmute. And if you do share, maybe you could add your name and where you are. You're welcome to share on anything at all, but if you'd like a little bit of guidance or suggestions, then maybe a reflection on the practice or on what the sacred pause means to you, or if you have a particular practice that you love, it could be anything at all. So we've got a little bit of time for sharing if you like. Thanks, Shalika. Thank you. No, yeah, if you would like to finish up and leave the call and leave the practice there, know that you're so welcome to do that. And really, we just have this opportunity for anybody who would like to have some time in community and to share together.
Thank you, Melee. I'm happy to share.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, thank you for the practice. What came up for me was at this time, it's time to contemplate what to let go of and what's not essential in our lives. I just felt like during the practice, only what was essential was continuing somatically. So I could feel my heartbeat, I could feel my breath, but not a lot else was going on. And that was just very nourishing. So thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. Yeah, someone was reflecting on that today too, of, hopefully all of the things that are too much in our modern lives, they're kind of being by force stripped away, through circumstances. Thank you.
Hi.
Oh,
yeah, I really appreciate it. Huh?
I thought it was just speaking, and then I was like,
sorry. I just wanted to, say how grateful I am for a practice of rest. Yeah, I mean, there are so many practices, aren't there? But I think rest is probably the one that we might need the most as a general culture. And yeah, that's kind of the beauty of this time, isn't it? Where we might have known we needed to stop, but we wouldn't do it. And now we are. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how we approach it and then maybe how we come out of it, perhaps being changed. I've done lots of different kinds of meditation in my life, but I guess you could say my main teacher is Jaya Ashmore, and she's been leading deep rest retreats for 20 years probably now. And so when we do a retreat, we all have space to lie down, and you don't have to, you can sit, and it's not at all saying lying down is important, but yeah, it's kind of a radical difference, to lie down and really allow the whole being to rest without even that simple effort of the body sitting, which is also an amazing posture for meditation. But yeah, just to let go of even ideas about meditation, you know, to let it kind of happen naturally, that maybe it's more of our natural state than we could ever imagine. And yeah, anyway, I'm just, it's a deep fascination for me, rest. And I think it would be a different world, you know, if we were more rested.
It certainly would, wouldn't it?
Mm. Mm.
So interested in, you know, shifting, you know, so much of it, it's not just about, you know, doing practices, but really shifting culture.
Yeah.
We have such a culture of productivity, you know, capitalism,
Exactly.
commercialism. It's all based on that.
Yeah.
And so it, you know, it needs quite a radical culture shift.
Yeah. It's deeply, deeply radical, but so simple.
So simple. We make things so complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Maria.
Thanks, Mela. Hey, Mela.
Hi, Jazz.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hello, you're there too, Claire. It's so nice to see you. On that note of rest, that sense of release, it's in this current climate now. When I do this work, it's like I'm holding my chest here. It's like an ease of heartache. So rather than just being in a relaxed state, I actually feel the muscles in my chest let go, and my heart is able to open again, and I'm able to feel more deeply and not run from those feelings so readily. And I need to be feeling that and being vulnerable to be able to support the people I love. So thank you for that lovely practice.
Thanks. Just so many beautiful reflections in there. It really, you know, I was just reminded of that, how these practices of being and presence really are practices of love. You know, that in that spaciousness, the heart naturally opens. There is really a vulnerability in that too. It's so beautiful to hear you speak about, you know, feeling that physically as well in your body.
Yeah, and thanks to the community who comes each time this is on, because I don't feel so isolated when I practice with others. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel so grateful for that too. And to be live, you know, in this virtual space, in our individual spaces together. Gift.
And thank you, Maylai. It's Kate from Melbourne. And I thought I would start the practice cross-legged and have that discipline of the straight spine. And my body just wanted to let go and lie down. So even though I'm practicing gratitude and I'm noticing the little things, it's just that oscillation between, I guess, there is stress as well as that sense of gratitude. So it allowed me to release, let go, and feel held in a safe place. And I actually had a micro nap. So it was really beautiful to have that micro nap, because I haven't actually been sleeping that well. So it was a chance to really let go and to be, and without putting that expectation on myself to be that perfect yogic meditator seated up, and just to allow the body to do what it really needs to do. Thanks.
Oh, so welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to throw out even that whole idea of the, you know, perfect, controlled, you know, yogi, with all of the effort that it takes. I mean, it's great to a point for many of us. That was me for a long time. And then there's the point where your body's like, hey, And then then maybe there's the opportunity just to listen to the wisdom of our bodies and of nature, of being. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
you. So maybe just in the interest of respecting your time and our time together, we'll wrap up there for today. Thank you so much for joining and for your presence. And you're so welcome to be in touch at any time and share any comments or feedback. And the next session is tomorrow morning Australia time, 7 a.m. Australia time. And I don't know what we'll be doing yet, but we'll do something. So it'd be lovely to see you, if not tomorrow, then sometime soon. And thank you again so much, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.